नित्यानन्देश्वर समारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरि मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, everyone, visitors, viewers. I welcome every one of you. With my love and blessings. City is sitting with us in two-way video conferencing. Houston, Kalahasti, Los Angeles, Arunachalam, Santa Fe, New Mexico, Toronto, Kailasam, Guadalupe, Rameshwaram, Singapore, Singapuram, Oklahoma, Somanatham, Nithyananda Nagaramu, Hyderabad, Seattle, Chidambaram, Ohio, Prague, Riverside, California, Dubai, Vaidyanatham, Austin, Hyderabad, Guptakashi, San Diego, La Jolla, Monterey, Kedarnath, Hong Kong, Sirgari, Bogota, Colombia, Klang, Malaysia, Oman, Sivagangai, Jorpati, Nepal, Kathmandu, Nepal, San Antonio, Texas, Coimbatore, Dhyanapeetham, Hosur, Dhyanapeetham, and Kuala Lumpur-Palani. The Kuala Lumpur-Palani Center is today offering Annadan for 1,00,000 people. All our sannyasis, brahmacharis are working. You can all see the 100,000 people are given free food. The Nithyananda Hindu Sangam, Malaysia, is distributing 100,000 food packets. You can see. In Kuala Lumpur, Batu Caves, today is Thaipusam Utsavam. Today is the day when Subramanya became enlightened. Today is the same day he appeared on the planet Earth. And at the age of 8, Mahadeva gave him enlightenment. And in the south there is a tradition, on the same day, Subramanya initiated Mahadeva at the age of 12. In the south, we make Subramanya so big, he becomes Sivaguru Nada. He becomes Guru of Mahadeva. You see, Mahadeva playfully asks, do you know the meaning of the Pranava, Omkara mantra? Because Subramanya asks Brahma, see, Subramanya asks Brahma, do you know the meaning of the Pranava? Brahma was shaken. He said, I only know the mantra, I don't know the meaning. Then Subramanya asks Brahma and says, then you are not qualified to be a Srishtikarta, I will do your job. Then the whole world is a mess. Mahadeva rushed to the place and asked him, hey, why did you arrest Brahma, release him? He said, no, he doesn't know the meaning of the Pranava. Then Mahadeva asked, do you know or what? Then Subramanya says, I know, if you want to know, be a disciple, I will teach you. Then the story says, Mahadeva sat politely as a disciple, then Subramanya initiated him, gave him the meaning, and Mahadeva was so happy to know from Subramanya. The story says he changed years. Subramanya was a kid, so he was carrying. When the Subramanya was teaching, suddenly he changed from this side to this side. Then Subramanya asked, why did you change from right ears to left ear? He said, no, let your mother also hear. Half is arsna. So today is the day Subramanya initiated Mahadeva into Pranava, and then Mahadeva says, even if you know the meaning of the Pranava, you don't know the whole technology of creation, you have to liberate him. Then Brahma was released. So all three festivals are observed today. mainly in 3 states, Andhra, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, because only these 3 states has lot of Subramania temples. Kukke Subramania in Karnataka, and there's a big Subramania temple in Andhra. Of course, Tamil Nadu is full of Subramania temples. And all over the world, wherever the South Indians are settled, they created Subramania temples. Everywhere today is the celebration, especially in Tamil Nadu, Palani. I don't know how many lakh will gather. In Arunachala also, today is a very big festival celebrating Shivagurunatha Swami, means who initiated Mahadeva himself. So, as per the tradition today, whoever comes to Subramania, he initiates all of them and blesses all of them, accepts all of them as the disciples and followers. So, in Kuala Lumpur, Batu Caves, more than 10 lakh people, million people gather. Our devotees have put a huge pandal. You can see tons and tons of food being cooked and packed and served. I think the amount of food getting cooked and the number of volunteers working and the way it is being served, I think it will go more than 100,000 people. Please, you can see the whole team is our volunteer team. And the whole pandal is ours on behalf of Dhyanapeetham. You can see all our volunteers and you can see our banner, Nitya Annadanam, free food for all, Taipusa Annadanam. Great. My blessings to the whole Nithyananda Hindu Sangam Malaysia and the whole Malaysia itself. You guys are doing such wonderful job. All your past incompletions will be washed away. All your incompletions will be washed away. You will all be complete, blissful. All our devotees, disciples, ashramites, mahants, kotaris, tanedars, everyone in Malaysia, devotees, everyone, blessings to all of you. All your past incompletions will be washed away. You will all be blissful, complete, and let Subramania's grace be on all of you. This Batu Cave is a Siddha Pita where Subramania's energy is so alive. My blessings. I am always happy when devotees are served. I want to do this job in India in a large scale, like how Gayatri Pita was doing, yajnas. I really wanted some 25 lorry full of items and people. They go to every big celebration where devotees gather, cook and feed. Like ISKCON is giving food, they say free food for education. I want to say free foods for spiritual yatras. The yatris, people who come to temple, should not suffer or should not be in want of anything. Whether it is a Magh Mela in Prayag or Thaipusam in Palani or Deepam in Thiruvannamalai or Meenakshi's marriage in Madurai or Chardham Yatra, we should be there giving food and serving devotees. One of the Ramakrishna's most beautiful biography, that book was called in Bengali Sri Sri Ramakrishna Bhakti. In English they have translated portrait of Sri Ramakrishna, the book starts with a beautiful verse. Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Vanja Kalpataru, Jaya Jaya Bhagavan Jagater Guru, Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Ishtagoshtigan, Sobaya Sharanirenu Mageye Adam. It's a Bengali verse. I revere and take respectfully all the feet dust of Ramakrishna's devotees. I tell you, this is the peak of Hinduism, being devoted to devotees. Shobayer Shoranirenu Mageye Adam. This whole book, I think around 78,000 verses, I think. The whole book I know by heart. I used to read. Now that touch is lost, I forgot many things. It's a beautiful book. By describing the beauty and glory of devotees, the Master's glory is described. I feel when you serve bhaktas, devotees, Bhagavan is more happy. Nithyananda Hindu Sangam, Malaysia is doing that work. My blessings to all you guys. I am so happy. I would not have been happy even if you have kept 1,008 Naivedyams in front of me. But I am happy you are now keeping 100,000 Naivedyams in front of my Vrat Swarupa, the devotees in whom I am living. At one day I know I will have thousands of my sannyasis, devotees, kotaris, mahans, all over the world serving the devotees like this. We may not have enough resources now, people, money, organizing to do this job, but I am really, at least I am putting it on record, my vision. When time comes, when world starts giving us more resources, I wanted this to be one of our top project, where at least 10,000 sannyasis do only this job. Anywhere the yatra happens, go there with 25 lorry full of items, cook and feed million people, 2 million people. This should be there. I think this is one of the best way the tradition is kept alive. Yatra, the spiritual tourism, is unique concept given by Hinduism to the world. All religions received this concept of yatra, religious tourism, spiritual tourism from Hinduism. Even now, India is the country where largest spiritual tourism happens in the world. I'll continue to speak on Kalpataru and Mahabharata characters also. In between few days, because we were having Mahabharata, I did not speak on Mahabharata. There was a live Mahabharata going on. Aaj ka Mahabharat. But I tell you, never before, never after, this multi-hero heroine story was built. Understand? A human mind can conceive a story means one hero, one heroine, one villain, one comedian, or maximum two hero, two heroine, but never this large scale of multi-hero, heroine, villain stories have been built. Look at Mahabharata. Who is hero? Yudhishthira? No. Arjuna? No. Panchapandavas, all the five? No. Then what about Krishna? All right. Panchapandavas and Krishna? No. What about Bhishma? All right. Panchapandavas, Krishna and Bhishma. What about Karna? What way is less heroic? All right. Panchapandavas, Krishna and Karna, Bhishma. Then what about Drishtadyumna? He is not heroic. What about Drona? Drona's history can be a separate book. Yudhishthira's can be a separate book. Karna's can be a separate book. The multiple hero, multi-hero, heroine, villain, story which was never before or never after recorded so beautifully. I may not want to say it is story written. I may only want to say it is story recorded. Because no human mind can conceive such a multiple layered stories. See, the modern day very clearly proves to conceive a multiple layered story, you need a subtle grooves of your brain awakened. When I read the story of Mahabharata, I am 100% sure Vyasa's all subtle grooves of the brain have been awakened. All non-mechanical parts of the brain is awakened. I think Vyasa's whole body was brain. Because each character, Shikandini, he builds the Shikandi's character for 3 births. And Shikandi is only one of the thousands of characters. Who will you call as a hero? Who will you call as a villain? Can you say Shakuni is the villain? No. Then what about Duryodhana? Can you say Duryodhana is villain? Then what about Dushasana? Who has done more damage? If Dushasana and Duryodhana and Shakuni are villain, then what about Dhritarashtra? If Duryodhana, Dushasana, Dhritarashtra, if all of them are villain, what about Aswathama? Who is a heroine? Can you say Kundi is a heroine? Then what about Ganga? If you say Kundi and Ganga are heroine, then what about Gandhari? If Kundi and Ganga and Gandhari are heroine, then what about Draupadi? The multi-hero, multi-heroine, multi-villain story, which was neither conceived before nor conceived after, and nobody is made as hero. Everything is recorded. Please understand. Nobody is shown as perfect. The fraudulence Krishna did, cheap fraudulences are recorded. Krishna comes to know that on Amavasya day, if the war starts, Duryodhana is going to win, and this fellow goes to the Ganga and starts giving darpana. The sun and the moon, Surya and Chandra, They get surprised and they look, what is this? Why is Krishna giving Darpana today? Today is not Amavasya. They both run to him and ask, oh Mahadeva, Bhagavan, why are you giving Darpana today? Today is not Amavasya. Then Krishna looks at them and asks, what is the meaning of the Amavasya? They say, when sun and the moon meet, both of us meet. Krishna said, I already made you guys meet. Darpana is done, go. Amavasya. What a silly game for a Bhagavan to play. What a silly game for a Bhagavan to play. But I tell you, he is the greatest being. Krishna, you can never compare. Never before nor after a personality like Krishna happened. Who can play all the games. He was neither integrity. Krishna's integrity, if I have to give the mark, I will give 0. No, really. How many times he lied? He tells Bhishma, I will never pick up weapons. Gets into the war field and picks up the chariot wheel and technically justifies, chariot wheel is not a weapon. Hey, come on. There is a definition for astra and sastra. Anything which stays in your hand and hurts the enemy is shastra. Anything which goes from your hand and hurts the enemy is astra. Technically, this is not astra or shastra. This is just a can or a flask, you can say. But if I use this and throw it on somebody and hurt that person, is this not astra? Then how many drama? You pick up a chariot wheel and anything, you have a boon, anything gets into your finger becomes Sudarshana. And then he said, no, technically it is not a weapon. And then when he has to kill the Jayatratha, he covers the whole sun. If you are going to use all these powers, kill those poor human beings, then better you could have killed everyone in one go. Come on, tell one tsunami, go over. He played with all the powers in an amazing way. You can't explain. You can't give any meaning. You can't give reason. Only when you bow down, you understand this Leela. Only when you surrender, you understand this Leela. Forget about Krishna's integrity. Even Yudhishthira's integrity was broken. When Drona was killed, Yudhishthira tells a lie. Understand? Maybe as per the letter, he has not lied, but as per the spirit, he has lied. So nobody was forcibly made as hero. Everything was recorded as it is. Krishna ran away from the war field, not in the Mahabharata war, earlier. Everything is recorded clearly. He was never shown as a falsified macho hero. Whatever has happened, as it is recorded, each person. And same way, just because Karna was in the villain's team, he was not shown as a villain. All his beautiful qualities have been so beautifully described. And each character, see, The Surya's bio-memory is costlessly giving. Karna, carrying that bio-memory, costlessly giving. Even when he knows this giving is going to be taking away his life. When he gave his kavacha to Indra, he knows he is dead. When he gave all his punyas to Krishna, he knows he is dead. No one other than Karna can give so many times his life. It was not Dharma Yuddha, let us be very clear. How many hundreds of times this side and that side, both of them have broken all the rules. 13th night, 13th day night. As per the law, in the night you cannot fight. Karna enters into the whole, the camp of Pandavas, and Gadodgajak wakes up and demolishes the whole Kauravas camp. Even Yudhishthira allowed it. Neither Karna cared for the law, nor Yudhishthira. You see, by 13th day, both of them are dead. Bhishma and Drona. Bhishma is not dead, but is no more powerful. So Yudhishthira only has to take the responsibility. The blame cannot be put on Bhishma or Drona. Both of them are, Drona is dead and Bhishma is on the deathbed. Neither Karna nor Yudhishthira followed the rules. It was not Dharma Yuddha. And Vyasa is not trying to make it as Dharma Yuddha. He records it. He records everything. Other than the people who are cooking and feeding, other than that camp, there was record by Vyasa, a Dravidian king, Chola Raja, takes up the responsibility of feeding both the camp. He says, I won't be part of the war, but I will give food to the whole, both sides. And other than his camp, the whole thing was destroyed 30th night. And the story says, after 14th fight, all the children, handicapped, who are not allowed to fight, they were all recruited for war. It's a big war crime. The story says, eunuchs, the transgenders, handicapped, physically handicapped people, children, all of them were enrolled into the war. Some places even women. So understand, it was not Dharma Yuddha. I may not give the word title Dharma Yuddha for it. When the vengeance takes over, both sides loses its cool. I'll only say, even Dharma became, even Yudhishthira became a terrorist. When he started the war, it was for Dharma. After a few days, see, once you are into the war, now it is only the game of survival. Even Yudhishthira lost all the values in the game of survival. And as per the law, you cannot hit below the hip. Duryodhana was killed by breaking his thigh. When his thigh was broken, The excessive bleeding killed him. That was not allowed in the tradition. Understand? Every death, whether Kaurava's side or Pandava's side, was done adharmically. Bhishma, a transgender, is not allowed to fight in the war. You should not send your arrows towards a transgender. In Hindu tradition, there is a clear law. Neither verbally or physically you can abuse the transgender. It's a tradition. You can't abuse. So Bhishma is a Dharmic guy who will not put his arrows towards Shikandini. Arjuna uses that as a weakness. The other person's dharma should never be used as a weakness to attack. Never ever the other person's dharma should be used as his weakness. But Arjuna uses. And even then, they were not able to defeat Bhishma. Then Krishna directly gets into the field and picks up the chariot wheel to attack Bhishma. Then Bhishma bows down to Krishna. Oh Bhagavan, if you want me to die, tell me, now I am dropping the weapon. When Bhishma was worshipping Krishna, Krishna shows the eyes and gives the signal to Arjuna, and Arjuna kills Bhishma. It may be Krishna, but still I am not able to digest. Same way, Abhimanyu, this side, a 14-year-old kid, 7 warriors, Duryodhana, Karna, Shaguni, Duschadana, 7 warriors around him. As per the dharma, only one person can fight with one person. 7 big warriors. One is on the elephant, one is on the chariot, one is with Gada, he is in the ground. 7 warriors together killed him. So where is dharma here? It's a crude terrorism. But Vyasa is not trying to make it as dharma by painting. I can say Vyasa is the greatest, juiciest, unbiased historian. He records the whole thing. He doesn't care about how the future is going to respond to it. He doesn't care about how the future is going to look at it. He doesn't have a vested interest. If you read what Krishna did on the 10th day, you won't have respect to read his Bhagavad Gita. But Vyasa doesn't care. He does it. He records it. And same way, Drona was killed by putting him into the powerless space by telling lies. Krishna knows his root pattern. Drona's root pattern. He triggers his root pattern. So when the root pattern is triggered, your muscle, whole body, everything loses its strength. Then he tells Arjuna, come on, hit, kill him. For a Vaishya, poverty will be the root pattern. For a Kshatriya, powerlessness will be the root pattern. For a Brahmana, keeping the tradition alive will be the root pattern. As an enlightened being, I don't have any root pattern. But if you ask, which will be the most important thing for me, it will be keeping the tradition alive. I am doing this out of powerfulness, but unfortunately Drona had this one root pattern. He wants to keep the tradition alive by keeping his son alive. That one root pattern. An Aswattama, oh God. If I have to give the world's rowdy number 1, I will give Aswattama only that award. Because after the whole war is over, he goes and kills 5 kids of Pandavas in the night. War is over. 18th day war is over. Duryodhana is dead. Sorry, Duryodhana, it took 3.5 days for Duryodhana to die. So his thigh is broken and he is lying. He is in coma. 3.5 days it took for excessive bleeding to happen and for him to die. He was left to die, and he is in coma. That night, Ashwatthama gets into the camp of Panchapandavas who are celebrating the victory, goes secretly in the night and kills all the 5 kids of Pandava in the night. Please understand, now I am describing the complexity of Mahabharata. I am not disrespecting any character. Be very clear. I am not disrespecting anybody. All I am trying to tell is the complexity of the life is captured as it is. That itself is not a small joke, because human beings are always trained to edit others and theirs life. You don't want to see a person's paradoxical dimensions and complexities, because you don't want to see your complexities and paradoxical dimensions. If you can't be complete with your paradoxical complexity dimensions, you will never have the intelligence to handle people who come in your life. So Mahabharata should be studied as it is. I wanted to make Mahabharata as a syllabus for our Gurukul kids. The NDTV is Ramayana and Star plus Mahabharata. Please understand, I am giving even the version. All our Gurukul kids should study these two. We should even have examination. Who is who? What is what? Vyasa has not done any makeup to anybody. He has not done any makeup to anybody. If he wants to do makeup, he could have hidden the Yudhishthira's only one mistake, one lie. Krishna you cannot hide. He is a liar from out to out. Every fellow Krishna killed is only through conspiracy. But at least Yudhishthira's one lie he could have hidden. He did not. How the whole characters. The complexity of the multiple characters. How the Karna was killed. See God. Much before Karna joins Gaurava's camp, when he is studying in the Gurukul with Parasurama, Krishna smells, goes as a bee and start eating his thigh, makes him bleed and makes him get the curse of Parsurama. God. He does not even know whether Karna is going to join Arjuna's side or Kaurava's side. First. Then next, Krishna sends Kundi to ask two boon from Karna, saying, you will not kill anybody else other than Arjuna, and you will not put the Nagastra second time. When Karna gave this boon, he knows he is dead. Third, Krishna sends Indra to beg for his Kavacha and Kundala. Karna knows if he gives his Kavacha Kundala, he is dead. He dies. Third. Then fourth, he himself goes and asks for all punya. And Karna knows if he gives, he is dead. Fourth time he dies. I tell you, Bhagavan himself has to come down, do so many things to kill one person. I tell you, Karna is the biggest hero in the whole story. Disowned by mother, lived in driver's house, but learnt everything in his own way, self-mastery, and got the recognition in his own way. I don't know how many days I will take to describe the complexity of Mahabharata, from how many dimensions. Not a single guy was killed this side or this side dharmically. That much I can be sure. But when you read the whole thing, you are just awestruck. Wow, what a civilization. Complexity of the life. It is not that the death of Abhimanyu was illegal or adharmic. The next day, Karna's son, he was also a 13-year-old kid. He was brought to the war field just to give him an experience of war field. He did not even come to wage the war. But the moment Krishna sees him, he engages 2-3 people to fight with Karna and separates the child from Karna, the Karna's chariot, and makes Arjuna kill the kid. That kid has an intuition power. So before dying, he addresses Arjuna as a Chittappa, means younger brother of the father. When he screams as Chittappa. Arjuna could not understand logically, but his whole heart falls into depression. His whole biomemory knows the child is his brother's son. His logic doesn't know. So he comes back with an unimaginable depression, and Krishna, who knows the whole secret, without telling the secret, consoles him, saying, no, in the war field these are all okay. Arjuna asks Krishna later on, how did you hide this? Such big truth. He even goes to the extent of saying, you Yadava planned and killed us Kauravas, destroyed the whole Vamsha. If we would have known Karna is our elder brother, we would not have fought. Krishna says, that is why I did not let you know. The Jayadrath's killing. Krishna covers the sun. Because the sunset has happened, Jayadratha comes out. Now he tells Arjuna, come on, sun has not set. He removes the chakra and he says, come on, kill now. And he cuts the head. And where the whole story has happened. But one good thing, Vyasa is such an unbiased historian who recorded the whole history as it happened. Mahabharata is like an ocean. If you understand Mahabharata, you will understand the complexity of personalities or complexity of you. You will never try to have hatred or denial to some parts of you, and you will never have the hatred or denial to some parts of others. You will understand how to handle the whole life as it is. With this, I move to Kalpataru. Today's process also is the essence of today's satsang. Complete with your SDHD and accept all your complexities and paradoxes. Some parts of you which you hate are powers and powerful parts of you. If you hate your anger, you are not letting that become a compassion. If you hate some components of you, you are not letting that transform. Understand? So sit straight, close your eyes, complete with your whole being, accept with your whole intelligence, complete with all the SDHD. Accept yourself to radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility and enriching and with eternal bliss. Nithyananda.
Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nithyananda.org, www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.